Selamat siang, dengan saya Retno Yulianti, NIM 2405200000012, ingin memberikan paparan tentang geografi pariwisata negara Nederland. Tentang Belanda. Belanda terletak di Eropa Barat, ibu kota Amsterdam. Utara, Laut Utara, Timur, Jerman, Selatan, Belgia, dan Barat, Laut Utara. Sejarah singkatnya, Belanda pernah menjadi negara maritim dan perdagangan terkuat di dunia pada abad ke-17. Saat itu disebut zaman keemasan Belanda, di mana seni, ilmu pengetahuan, dan ekonomi berkembang pesat. Kini, Belanda merupakan negara monarki konstitusional yang demokratis dan modern. Itu ada fakta uniknya, Belanda dikenal dengan kincir angin, bunga tulip, dan sistem kanalnya. Negara ini juga terkenal ramah terhadap pesepeda, serta memiliki banyak wilayah yang berada di bawah permukaan laut dan dilindungi oleh tanggul. Iklim dan cuaca di Belanda. Belanda memiliki iklim laut sedang, musim panas mulai dari bulan Juni sampai Agustus, suhu 17-25 derajat Celcius. Lalu musim dingin mulai dari bulan Desember sampai Februari, suhunya mulai dari 0-7 derajat Celcius. Curah hujan merata sepanjang tahun. Cuaca cenderung cepat berubah, sering berangin. Lalu berikutnya ada sumber daya alam hayati. Belanda dikenal sebagai negara pertanian maju dengan hasil utama seperti bunga tulip, sayuran, susu, dan keju. Peternakan dan perikanan di Laut Utara juga menjadi sumber penting, terutama ikan haring dan produk laut lainnya. Sumber daya non-hayati, itu yang pertama ada memanfaatkan angin sebagai energi melalui kincir angin. Yang kedua ada pengelolaan air yang canggih dengan kanal dan tanggul. Yang ketiga ada cadangan gas alam menjadi sumber energi utama. Daya tarik alam, Belanda menawarkan keindahan alam yang unik seperti taman bunga tulip terbesar di dunia yang hanya buka saat musim semi. Selain itu, Geografi dengan deretan kincir anginnya menjadi ikon warisan dunia UNESCO. Wisata alam lainnya adalah Taman Nasional Hoevelu, kawasan luas yang cocok untuk hiking, bersepeda, dan piknik. Daya tarik aktivitas wisata. Aktivitas seru di Belanda meliputi bersepeda, menyusuri kanal di Amsterdam, naik perahu di desa air Yulianti, dan mengunjungi desa tradisional seperti Hirsken yang terkenal dengan rumah-rumah tua dan pembuatan keju. Saat musim dingin, kanal di Amsterdam kadang membeku dan bisa digunakan untuk ice skating alami. Berikutnya ada spot kuliner dari khas Belanda. Makanan khas Belanda menawarkan cita rasa yang unik dan sederhana. Beberapa kuliner yang wajib dicoba adalah stroopwafel, wafel tipis berisi sirup karamel, dan bitterballen. Cemilan goreng ini daging yang biasanya disantap dengan mustard. Makanan laut seperti ikan herring mentah menjadi khas di musim panas. Sementara pavlovjes, pancake mini manis menjadi favorit di musim dingin. Belanda juga dikenal sebagai negara penghasil keju terbaik di dunia seperti Gouda and Edam. Lalu berikutnya ada festival dan budaya dalam Belanda. Belanda memiliki banyak festival khas seperti Koninginnedag setiap 27 April yang dirayakan meriah dengan pakaian orange dan pasar loak. Tulip Festival digelar saat musim semi dan perayaan Santa Claus di bulan Desember, menampilkan parade unik yang disukai anak-anak. Industri pariwisata Belanda memiliki sektor pariwisata yang sangat maju. Wisatawan bisa menginap di hotel modern seperti Citizen atau hostel seperti Staybox. Transportasi umum seperti kereta, tram, dan sepeda sangat mudah digunakan. Tempat makan populer, restoran halal, serta pusat oleh-oleh seperti Blomart dan toko De Ver banyak tersebar di kota-kota wisata. Lalu ada juga industri lainnya selain pariwisata. Belanda unggul dalam pertanian bunga dan keju, serta industri susu dan hortikultura. Produk seperti tulip, Gouda, dan Edam menjadi ekspor andalan. Belanda juga mengembangkan energi terbarukan dari kincir angin dan solar panel. serta terkenal dengan industri desain dan seni kreatifnya. 4A dalam pariwisata Belanda. Atraksi. Belanda menawarkan berbagai atraksi menarik mulai dari ladang bunga, tulip, museum seni seperti Rijksmuseum hingga kanal-kanal bersejarah di Amsterdam. Tempat seperti Jensken dan Kindertje menampilkan budaya dan sejarah Belanda dengan suasana alam yang khas. Amenitas. Fasilitas penunjang wisata di Belanda sangat lengkap. Selain penginapan yang bervariasi, tersedia pula toilet umum yang bersih, restoran internasional dan halal, serta fasilitas tempat ibadah dan rumah sakit di kota-kota besar seperti Amsterdam, Rotterdam, dan Den Haag. Aksesibilitas. Akses ke Belanda sangat mudah dengan Bandara Internasional Schiphol di Amsterdam sebagai salah satu bandara tersibuk di Eropa. Selain itu, sistem kereta api cepat, tram, dan transportasi laut membuat perjalanan antar kota menjadi praktis dan nyaman bagi wisatawan. Accelerate. Fasilitas pelengkap di Belanda juga sangat membantu wisatawan. Pusat informasi turis digital, penyewaan sepeda, hingga toko souvenir unik yang tersebar di lokasi-lokasi wisata utama. Wifi gratis juga mudah diakses di banyak ruang publik. Lalu berikutnya ada kuliner tradisional, yaitu yang pertama Earthworm Soup, sup kacang polong khas musim dingin, kroket gorengan isi daging mirip rissoles. Lalu ada minuman tradisional, jenever gin khas Belanda, dan kopi hitam pekat. Berikutnya ada tarian dan alat musik khas Belanda. Belanda memiliki tarian klompedans yang dibawakan dengan sepatu kayu khas. Musik tradisionalnya menggunakan alat seperti hardigardi, bagpipe Belanda, dan aserdans sering dimainkan saat festival dan acara rakyat. Bahasa di Belanda. Bahasa resmi Belanda, Dutch, dialek, Frisian. Contohnya, hello sama dengan halo, dank-je sama dengan terima kasih, hoe gaat het sama dengan apa kabar. Sekian presentasi dari saya, dank-je.
What's up guys, my name is Ryan and I recently returned from exploring the country of the Netherlands and I want to share with you my favorite places, so here's my Netherlands top 10. Located between Germany and Belgium, the Netherlands is one of the most beautiful and well-designed countries on earth. There's a quote that says, God created the world, but the Dutch made Holland, and after visiting, I understand why. From the canals of Amsterdam to endless tulip fields, the Netherlands will leave you in awe with its beauty and ingenuity. Let's start this video off at Kinderdijk. When I came to the Netherlands, seeing the windmills was one of the things I wanted to do most, and there's no shortage of them here. Located about an hour from Amsterdam, Kinderdijk is a village that was first inhabited more than 700 years ago. The people at Kinderdijk had to find a way to manage the water, and windmills were a great solution. There are 19 windmills here, and most of them were built around the year 1740. Today, Kinderdijk is home to the largest concentration of old windmills in the Netherlands. When we got here, it was just fun to walk down the main path and marvel at the windmills on both sides. One of my favorite things that we did was tour one of the windmills. I didn't realize this beforehand, but the windmills served as homes for people of the village, and this one was 3 stories high. It was fascinating to see all the rooms constructed around the infrastructure of the windmill. The gears of the windmill were also particularly interesting. They were made out of wood, and it just blew my mind that the Dutch were able to make these almost 300 years ago. After we went outside and the wind started blowing, and I couldn't believe how fast it started turning. I mean, it definitely would be dangerous if you got too close to it. I went over to the mill on the side and it was pumping up water from the lower elevation, and it was just fascinating to me that the Dutch were able to find a way to harness the wind's power hundreds of years ago to move water from one place to another. Even if you're not into engineering, you'll find this place fascinating. After, we're going to head over to Urk. Located about an hour from Amsterdam, Urk is this beautiful Dutch town that dates back to the 10th century. Urk was originally an island, but in the 1940s, the land around Urk was reclaimed from the sea thanks to polders and Dutch engineering, and this connected it to the mainland. Today, Urk is such a charming town. I particularly like the harbor. It was full of these beautiful boats. I also love the lighthouse. It was built in 1837 and overlooks the town. One of the main reasons I wanted to come here was to see the wind turbines of Noorderspolder. There's this massive wind farm and it's one of the largest in the country. The turbines are on the land and also in the sea. What blows my mind is about 80 years ago, this whole area was under the sea. I mean, it's just crazy to me they were able to reclaim this land. There's a path that goes along the water and it's really relaxing to walk on. If you come during the springtime, there's also a lot of tulip fields in the area which create a scenic landscape with the turbines spinning in the background. After, we're going to head to the coast to visit The Hague. Located on the North Sea about 45 minutes from Amsterdam, The Hague was first mentioned in 1242, and today it's the third largest city in the Netherlands. Thanks to its proximity to the North Sea, The Hague has a huge beach with a massive pier. I mean, the whole area reminded me of California's beaches, except it was a lot colder. I mean, I had a great time just walking on the beach and checking out the pillars on the pier. Afterwards, we're going to head over to Gouda. I'm a huge fan of Gouda cheese, so I had to come check this city out. Located about an hour from Amsterdam, Gouda is a historic city that dates back to the 1100s. Throughout the centuries, Gouda suffered plagues, fires, and financial difficulties, and it didn't really prosper until the mid-19th century. Today, Gouda is famous worldwide for its cheese. It's made in the surrounding areas, and it was traded in the town's cheese market. One of my favorite features of the city was the town hall. It was built in the 15th century, and it's one of the oldest town halls in the Netherlands. It's such a unique building with Gothic architecture. I really enjoyed just walking around the central square and other alleyways. I mean, Dutch cities are just so well designed. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the capital of the Netherlands, Amsterdam. Known for its elaborate canal system, narrow houses, and countless bridges, Amsterdam has a vibe like none other. I was in Amsterdam many years ago, and its impression has always left a mark on me. Amsterdam originated as a small fishing village in the 12th century, and it rose to be one of the world's most important trading routes in the 1600s. And it's just crazy to me that these canals were designed and constructed hundreds of years ago. I mean, truly mind-blowing. When I was there, I just had a good time walking around the canals and enjoying the atmosphere at this incredible place. Another beautiful nearby city you can visit is Haarlem. Located just a 15-minute train ride from Amsterdam, Haarlem is a quaint town full of Dutch charm. It dates back to the 10th century, and it became a prosperous city thanks to the toll revenues it collected from passing ships. Since the 1630s, Haarlem has been a major hub for trading tulips, and it was the center of the tulip mania, which was when tulips were sold for absurd prices from 1634 until the collapse in 1637. It's considered to be one of the first asset bubbles in history. Today, Haarlem maintains much of its medieval and historic buildings. I mean, it reminds me of a smaller version of Amsterdam. I personally love the river that runs through the city. There's also a historic mill that you can take a tour of. After, we're going to experience the tulip fields. I mean, after seeing the windmills, experiencing the tulip fields was one of the main reasons I wanted to come to the Netherlands. The tulip season varies every year depending on the weather, but it can happen anywhere from the beginning of April to mid-May. The location of the tulip fields can also change from year to year depending if the farmer wants to plant tulips there. For example, one year there may be a place that has tulips in front of a certain windmill, but maybe the next year the tulip field won't be there anymore. I mean, for me it was a challenge to find some good tulip fields, but regardless, there are a few areas that are famous for their tulips, such as North Holland, Noorderspolder, and Lisi. I mean, I just enjoyed driving through the countryside looking for tulip fields and windmills. Now, one of the most famous places to see tulips is Keukenhof. It's known as the Garden of Europe, and it's one of the largest flower gardens in the world. It's located in Lisi, about 30 minutes from Amsterdam. I mean, it's such a beautiful and tranquil place, but I believe it's only open during tulip season, so just double check that if you decide to go there. After, we're going to visit Rotterdam. Located about an hour's drive from Amsterdam, Rotterdam is home to Europe's largest seaport. The city's history goes back to the 13th century when a dam was built here, and over the next few hundred years, it grew into an important port city. Now, due to its location between Germany and Britain, it was completely destroyed during World War II. When Rotterdam was rebuilt, the city was extremely bold of its building and unique architecture. Today, Rotterdam's skyline is full of modern skyscrapers. It's such a vibe here. After, we're going to visit Amersfoort. Located about 40 minutes from Amsterdam, I think Amersfoort is one of the best preserved medieval cities in the Netherlands. One of my favorite features of Amersfoort is the Koppelpoort. It was completed in 1450 and served as a land and water gate. Another fascinating feature of Amersfoort is the Tower of Our Lady. It served as the middle point of the Netherlands when it was constructed back in 1470, and today it stands as the third tallest tower in the country. If you want to go back in time, you gotta take a stroll through this medieval city. While we're still on the topic of medieval things, we're going to visit Castle de Haar. Located in Utrecht, about 30 minutes outside of Amsterdam, Castle de Haar is one of the most beautiful and well-kept castles in Europe and the largest castle in the Netherlands. The original fortress was built back in 1391, but over the years it degraded and burnt down, so the castle that you see today is a result of a 20-year restoration that was completed in 1912. The surrounding grounds and gardens are just immaculate. I personally love the moat that surrounds the castle. I mean, such a beautiful place. For our final destination, we're going to visit Zaanse. This is another one of the best places in the Netherlands to see Dutch windmills. Located about 20 minutes from Amsterdam, Zaanse is a historic neighborhood with 13 windmills. The district where Zaanstad is located is the oldest industrial area of Western Europe, and at its peak it had over 600 windmills running. Unlike the windmills of places like Kinderdijk, which were used to pump water, the windmills in this area were used for industrial purposes such as sawing wood, making paper, or grinding spices. I mean, once again, the Dutch have amazed me with their incredible ingenuity. We had a great time just wandering through the village. We were here during later in the day and it had a magical feel to it. It was originally super cloudy and dark, but towards the end of the day the sun came out and lit up the village so nicely. If you want to feel like you're walking through a magical Dutch village set back in time, you gotta give Zaanstad a visit. Well, that is it for my Netherlands Top 10. There's still so many more places, towns, and villages I'd love to explore, so expect a part 2. Let me know where your favorite place is in the comments below. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.